everyone. My name is Michelle, and I do five-star book reviews. And I told you guys about the series of spiritual books that I'm doing with my son Ian. This week's book is The Four Agreements. I love this book so much, and it's so much fun to read with him because he's never read it, and I've read it countless times over the years. But what a great time to read spiritual books, because there's nothing we can do about all that crazy stuff going out there, because we're in here and we can't control out there. But what we can control is inside and working on ourselves during this time. And that's why I'm loving reading these books. Up on your screen, 152 pages, new age. And see, that's another thing I love about it. Look at 150. This is the quickest read. You can sit down in a couple of afternoons. I just did it in chapters, and because of course I'm reading other books while I'm home. It's so easy. I've had it. I even, when he decided that he wanted to read it, I ran down to my bookshelf. I'm like, I know I have this book. Even though I've moved a couple of times, I'm like, I would never throw away this book. Well, I don't like to throw away any books, but I knew that I had it, and there it was. So I was so happy about that. And I love the cover, and anyway, just seeing it makes me happy. I'm going to tell you why I feel like you guys should read it. If you haven't, if you did read it, tell me below. I want to know if you've read it. I really believe this book will go on forever. The advice he gives is just, or advice, I don't even know if you can call it that. The way to live. Let's just start before I start crying. I have found, I don't know about you guys, I am crying a lot right now. Every little thing makes me like tear up, and I don't know, I have all these emotions bottled up inside, and you should cry if you feel like crying. Like, I'm not against that. I don't know that I should cry like all day. I'm going to tell you a little bit about each one. It's called The Four Agreements. I'm going to talk about a little bit about each agreement and what I got out of it, and hopefully it will help you, because really the goal is that I just want you to go read the book. Let's start off with the first agreement. Be impeccable with your word. I love how that's the number one. Isn't that just crazy? First of all, when I had read this, I thought that it would, I'm a Christian, and I thought, what if it is against Christianity? What if it is about another religion? It's not. It doesn't matter. You can be anything. And these agreements will just hit you, because it's not about religion. It's about spirituality. It's about yourself. And he's not asking you to worship anything. That's what I loved about it. So I just wanted to say that before we even move on. Here we go. So be impeccable with your word. What does that even mean, Dawn? What does that even mean? Be impeccable with your word. Tell yourself how wonderful you are, because the person we lie to the most is ourselves. And I was like, yeah, right? Because we were like, oh, you're so stupid. Oh, you don't know how to do anything. Oh, look at how pathetic your life is. We could go on and on and on. Oh my gosh, you can't even get out there and exercise this morning. You are so lazy. That's my current one, because I'm like, all right, every morning I'm going to get up, I'm going to work out. And then when I don't, inside my head, I'm like, ugh, can't even keep promises. You can't even. So start telling yourself wonderful things. That's one of his suggestions, and I love that one. And then tell yourself how much you love yourself. Instead of hating myself for not working out, how about I be like, you know what? You didn't feel like it today. No big deal. There's tomorrow. You don't have to work out every day. You don't have to I love to put these like restrictions on myself. Like, okay, you're only a good person if you do this today and eat well and exercise. What if we just loved ourselves, which is kind of like a Louise Hay thing too. I love Louise because her thing was like mirror work, where you look into a mirror and you just say, I love you, which is harder than you think. Try it. It's harder than you think until you can actually do it. And it's crazy. I've done it. It's crazy. Number 2, I don't want to make this like last forever. Don't take anything personally. Oh. If somebody says something to you, don't take it personally. How hard is that? That is so hard. You are only responsible for you. That's what he said. So it doesn't matter if somebody else is laying their junk on you. It has nothing to do with you. Nothing. It has everything to do with them. Remember that. And you can choose to follow your own heart. You don't need to have somebody telling you what their vision of the perfect you is. I love that. I love that, Dawn. That is amazing. And it really like meant so much to me this week. Love that that's number two. Number three, don't make assumptions. And he really goes into this is why I want you to read the book, how don't take anything personally, just goes right into assumptions because sometimes if they're not even saying it, you're thinking that they are saying it. You're like, I know they think that. I know they think that about me. I know. They don't even have to say it. And you're already assuming that they're saying it. A thing that is accepted as true without proof because they're not even saying it. You're just thinking they're saying it. So, how many times do we do that? We do it all the time. Ask yourself, is it true? If you're like, you know what? I know they think I'm a fat slob. I know they think I'm lazy. That's a big one for me. I don't want to be called lazy. And then I like think everybody thinks I'm lazy. And I'm like, no, I feel like I'm always defending lazy. Like, no, I'm not lazy. You want to hear what I did today? I did this. And like, I have to justify my time to people who aren't even asking me about it. That is insane. It's crazy. Don't do that. Number four, always do your best. And then that's how he ends it. Through all of those things, then just do your best with every one of those first three agreements because it takes time. This wiring has gone on for 55 years of my life. It is not going away tomorrow. If you work a little bit on it every day and you ask yourself those questions and think about being true to your own word and then your own word being about you. Oh, I just love that. I love that. Do not be concerned about the future. What are we thinking about? We're not thinking about today. Today, I'm like, I'm in the house. What am I doing? Well, I am gonna go for a walk today. So I'm really excited about that. And I'm gonna get to see two of my children. That makes me excited. I have six. So I get to see 1/3 of my children today. So I'm really excited. Other than that, we wake up and we're like, ah. So we start planning like, okay, this is April. I'll deal with April. What is May going to look like? Do I get to go to work in May? Do I get to leave the house? I am working, but it's from home. And I miss my people and I miss my boss and I miss everybody. We can't think about the future. We just can't because we can't control that at all if that has not. And then which ties in with stay in the present moment. Do not, let's see, today's the 19th. Don't start hoping for May 19th. Don't start thinking, well, in May or June, July, am I going to get to go to the beach? I want to go to the beach. Am I going to get to do that? Am I going to get to stay in a hotel? Our hotel's going to be open. I don't even know if I'm going to get to fly. Am I going to get to fly this year? I just got my passport. Right before this happened, I renewed my passport. Am I even going to get to use it? I wanted to go to London. London isn't such a great place right now. Maybe it'll get better. We can't keep thinking about tomorrow. I always listen to things when I sleep. Sometimes it just goes on, if you're on YouTube and it just goes to the next video. Well, I happened to wake up around 2 a.m. last night and I heard someone say, and I wish I could tell you who it was, but I don't know. And they said, is everything okay right now? And I kind of sat up and I was like, wait, everything is okay right now. It's the middle of the night. I was sleeping. Everybody's sleeping. All my family's sleeping. Everybody's okay. So everything's okay right now, right that second. When you feel yourself getting like all anxious, like I do a lot, bring it back and say, is everything okay right now? Please tell me what you think. Please let me know if you've read this or if you're going to read it. And I highly suggest reading it this week. Why not? If you're like me and you've got the time, it made me feel so much better about the craziness that's going on in my head right now, and I know is going on in everyone's head right now. And I go through my scared moments, I go through my anxious moments, then I go through my okay moments, which I get really like excited about when I feel okay. Like right now, I feel okay. And then I get like, wow, I feel okay right now. And then I get really excited about that. But then in like an hour, I'll be like, oh my God, I'm scared again. And this book, it really helped. If anything, reading right now, read in really short periods of time. Don't expect to sit down and just read the whole book. I can't concentrate like that, and I don't think you can either right now. Thank you for watching, guys. I'm going to put the IndieBound for when we go to bookstores, which we will. And I'll also put the Amazon in case you want to read it or listen to it today. That's another thing you could do is listen to it. And then you don't have to worry about reading. And as you're doing whatever it is you're doing, cleaning, whatever it is you're doing, you can listen to it. Thank you for watching, everyone. Until my next